uncertainty in the NFC. So, all those things you just said are all true. And it might cost them a playoff spot, but Aaron Rodgers has been good enough to, leap over all that stuff. The defense isn't great. The wide receivers are a crapshoot, even though Rodgers will make them good. Aaron Jones is the guy from UTEP who actually interviewed, and I don't know if we had time for the story, but, basically he was just sitting by himself, and I walked over to him, and nobody knew who he was, and he ends up being the starting running back for the Packers. So, yeah, I don't know if look, if it was in Vegas and it was an over-under 9 wins for the Packers this year, I would be very nervous where I put my money. I wouldn't put money on them being a 10-win team because of some of those questions. But I don't know if 9-7 is good enough to still get them in the playoffs.
Okay, that's a fair point.
As far as the defense, flip a coin, in my opinion. You never know what you're going to get from the Packers defense. Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. I don't know that losing Jordy is going to be that big of a deal. Cobb is still a solid wide receiver. I really feel like Devontae Adams is coming into his own and will probably be the number one there going forward. Jones certainly could be the running back that they've been looking for. Ty Montgomery, who cares where you play him? As long as he's on the field and you can get him the ball, just do that. And I think you're also overlooking the fact that they went out and got what Aaron Rodgers loves to have all the time, and it's a safety net. And
Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham will probably be utilized correctly because obviously he was in Seattle and they don't know how to call 1-yard line plays. So now maybe Green Bay can do that. If Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, they're a playoff team. Because all those weapons on offense can make up for a who knows which defense you're getting any given night.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd agree with that because Rodgers healthy makes them a perennial playoff team, with the caveat that they are not a Super Bowl contender. Their defense is just not anywhere near consistent enough. I have heard that they're looking to get Khalil Mack, which could change that, but yeah, I think they're about a 10-win team and a first or second round out.
Okay. Tony's favorite player and inspiration for his fantasy team name plays for the Packers defense. Monica.
Oh, he knows it. He knows it. I had to share it on the air. I won, but I knew I wasn't going to get onto the air, so I didn't call, and I was on my way to golf. But he's well aware of what my team name is.
Monica loves Clinton Dix.
That was the best, dude. I actually retweeted that, dude. That was awesome.
I knew you guys would appreciate it, and I was on my way to golf, and I was like, I could call, and I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be allowed on air saying this.
No.
No, you wouldn't have.
No, the tweet was the right way to go. I knew at least it would get to the right people.
That's right.
And the last team, the Minnesota Vikings, we here at Dan D'Antoni Sports have a special place in our heart for one Adam Thielen. Do we still love Adam Thielen?
Yeah, we still love Adam Thielen.
Why? How do you not like Adam Thielen? Dude showed up to a practice and made the team and then put up ridiculous numbers that no one saw coming. How do you not like that guy? If you don't like that guy, then you just suck.
I tried to get the hashtag I got a Thielen going, and it never took off.
Well, who knows? Maybe this year.
Does Stephon Diggs get enough love, or is he underrated as well? Is Kirk Cousins that much of an upgrade over Case Keenum?
Yes.
Okay. Can that defense stay just as scary as it was last year?
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can Dalvin Cook stay healthy?
That's a big question mark. And without him, their replacement is no one special at this point.
Is it Jerick McKinnon?
No, they're back.
No, they don't have
most
Jerick
likely
McKinnon.
Latavius Murray. That's right, Latavius Murray.
Yeah, it's El Murray, who was, mediocre at best on the Raiders. Better O-line with the Vikings, sure, but he's not going to be a guy that wins you games, really. So if they have a healthy Dalvin Cook, then with Kirk Cousins, Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, that's a powerful offense, and their defense is, I think, unquestionably going to be top 5 this season. So I think they're a definite Super Bowl contender, and I think they lead the division.
I completely agree. Last question. If Dalvin Cook does stay healthy, is he candidate for comeback player of the year?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, why not?
I'd say so.
He was a monster before he went down.
I'm very high on Dalvin Cook this year, and I don't even think I really wanted to tell you about this because we do have a fantasy draft coming up, but you're terrible, so I'm not worried about it.
Oh, God knows I'm terrible. I was in that Death Wish Fantasy League last year.
Yeah, I know.
I drafted Roberto Aguayo.
Oh, good call. Kicker that got cut.
Remember, my team name was YOYOG Draft Aguayo, and then I drafted him.
What? What kind of...
My last pick.
Oh, boo! There had to be other kickers.
I already had a kicker. Anyways, let's continue on. All right. So I agree. We still do love Adam Thielen. Stephon Diggs is not getting enough love. Kirk Cousins is an upgrade. I don't think he's that much of an upgrade over last year's Case Keenum, but I don't think Case Keenum's ever going to be last year's Case Keenum again.
Right.
Will that defense be just as scary? Yes. As long as no one gets hurt, they stay healthy, relatively healthy, they're going to be, again, top 5, probably top 2, them in Jacksonville. Will Dalvin Cook stay healthy? I don't know, but if he does, not only is he a candidate for comeback player of the year, he could be, from everything that we saw, if he is impressive, there's a chance that somebody talks about him as an MVP. Is that going to happen? Probably not. But
there's always a possibility.
There's always a possibility.
But I mean, at this point, the question now becomes: do you consider they have to be considered the favorite in the NFC?
Yes.
Does anybody think anybody else is really going to push them on that throne? I mean, obviously, the NFL season's unpredictable, but I mean, who's really in their caliber as an all-around rounded team like they have?
The Rams and the Saints.
You gotta say that the Eagles, they're the returning champs.
Yeah, but I don't like to acknowledge that the Eagles even exist, so that's not going to happen, Dan.
The Rams.
You have to anyway.
The Rams and the Saints, I think, are also there.
Saints, I think, are just below that tier because they I think, really have to prove themselves in playoffs. But it was close, them against the Vikings. So yeah, I think I would say it's like 1A to 1B tier, not even like 1 to 2 tier. Right.
So that ends our analysis. Now, what do you think is going to be the order? For me, I think it's going to be Vikings, Lions, Packers, Bears.
I'm with that. That's the same. I'm agreeing with a lot of the stuff you guys are saying. I'm with that. Yes.
I'm going Vikings, Packers, Lions, Bears, with the caveat that that's a healthy Aaron Rodgers because remember the Packers were 4-1 before Rodgers went down. That's the kind of difference he makes. He's still the best quarterback in the NFC North. One of the best in the league, and I think he affects the Packers that much.
I am going to second that. I think it's going to be Vikings, Packers, Lions, Bears, but again,
with the caveat
that is dependent on Aaron Rodgers not breaking himself.
All right. Dan Beebe.
If Rodgers stays healthy, I'll go a little bit against the grain. I'll say Packers, Vikings, Lions, Bears.
Ooh, you think the Packers going to beat? Ooh, that's a bold strategy, Cotton.
It shakes it up.
Yeah, it is bold, Cotton.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that defense holding on to wins. I think Rodgers will give them all the opportunities to win, but that defense is just going to let some wins slip through their fingers.
Guys, I have a question for you. How are you and Levac not part of ESPN's The Ocho coverage?
We're working on it for 2019. We're hoping, actually, it's a great question. We're hoping to be a part of the Trick Shot Monday team in 2019 with Mike Golick Jr., where we just shoot ridiculous
big
shots.
moves.
So we're working on it. It's a fantastic question. We are working on it now.
That's fantastic. You want a ringer, bring me in here. I've got a lot of years, a lot more than college credits in shooting ping pong balls into plastic cups.
That's great. That's great.
I will put
All right, guys, this is it. The end of the show.
You don't have a This Week in Sports? What the
We're
hell,
getting
man?
to it. We're getting to it. This week in sports history. We're getting to it. This is how we always end the show, guys. I find a This Week in Sports History, some crazy sport stat. One time it was a player got hit by lightning and still made the catch for a game-winning out. So usually it's something crazy. This time it's just interesting. On August 14th, 1987, Oakland's Mark McGwire sets rookie home run record at 39 en route to 49 home runs that season.
And then
Whew.
the rest falls through the floor.
No steroids. No steroids.
Yeah, that was pre-roid Mark McGwire. Yeah.
Yeah, why did he even need them?
I'll tell you.
Could have been in the Hall of Fame, bro.
I'll tell you why. There was a home run contest, a home run derby, where he and Jose Canseco combined for 3 home runs. That's why they both started taking steroids.
That's a shitty reason to keep yourself out of in Cooperstown.
Yeah. All right. Guys, it's been fun. As always, you can find us on Twitter at Dan D'Antoni, on Facebook, Dan D'Antoni Sports. If you want to email us for whatever reason, dandantonisports@gmail.com. Guys, do you have any plugs?
No, I do it enough on the show. I love that to you guys. I appreciate you guys having me on today.
We really
Thanks for
enjoyed
joining
having
us.
you join us. For Dan, Tony, Dan, and the Godfather, have a good night.